Welcome to this special production of the Global Research News Hour. My name is Michael Welch. The Democratic National Convention took place in the city of Philadelphia from July 25th to July 28th in election year 2016. The convention attracted thousands of visitors, including convention delegates, activists, environmentalists, and journalists from around the world. Following a months-long primary voting process and candidates debates, the race had come down to the establishment's candidate, Hillary Rodham Clinton, and the upstart populist candidate, Senator Bernie Sanders. Notwithstanding some impressive victories by the Sanders campaign, it had become quite clear weeks before the convention that Clinton would be challenging Republican contender Donald Trump for the office of president in November. The Democratic Party had but to go through the motions, secure the support of the Sanders faction with respectful comments and pledges to cooperate on policy formation, and otherwise highlight positive and progressive imagery on the floor of the convention before setting their sights on the White House. Unfortunately, the party would be hobbled going into the convention by revelations, courtesy of WikiLeaks, that operatives within the party, who were supposed to be neutral, most notoriously Democratic National Committee Chair Deborah Wasserman Schultz, were stacking the deck in favor of Clinton. The following video production is an attempt to capture some of the voices largely left out of mainstream media coverage of the convention. They include not only aggrieved Bernie Sanders supporters, but Americans concerned about issues ranging from election reform to migrant justice to climate action. Many of these voices were already in Philadelphia the weekend before the official start of the convention. Could I ask you your name and what you're doing here in Philadelphia?
My name's Laura Duncan. I'm here to protest Hillary.
You're protesting Hillary?
I'm protesting Hillary.
Why?
She's a criminal. She should be in jail for treason.
Okay. So, are you? Do you have any affiliation with the Democrats or the Republicans? Or
Not anymore, baby. Mm-mm.
Not anymore. So you used to be a Democrat.
I was a Democrat. I voted in the primary. I've been Democrat for 20 years. As soon as all this is done, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm going to vote for Jill.
Jill.
Jill Stein.
Okay. So were you a supporter of Bernie Sanders?
Oh yeah, from the beginning. I've given him buttloads of money, and I did calling for him. I couldn't go out and knock on doors, but they've got the Bernie dialer, where you numbers come up and you call people and talk to them. Every last person was for Bernie. I'm from Michigan. We voted for Bernie overwhelmingly.
Okay. Why? What is the appeal of Bernie?
He's honest. He's probably the only honest politician in existence. And he's got good ideas.
Such as?
Oh, every last one of them. Down with the TPP. You better pay attention. Climate change. My God, it's 96 degrees out here. 96 degrees. Something's wrong with the climate. Minimum wage. I can't remember everything.
So there's a march coming along?
Yep. Yeah, it's almost here.
Yeah, what can you tell us about it?
I don't know. It's big. It's bigger than it was yesterday.
Solidarity with Bernie.
Okay, so it's a pro-Bernie march.
Yep, pro-Bernie.
Okay.
And anti-Hillary.
Yeah. The DNC has been working with the media directly, and they've been working, with other people in the DNC to knock Bernie down and lift Hillary up at the same time. Bernie got no media exposure throughout this whole thing. A lot of his exposure was from us. We are the media. We are the ones that put him out there by posting on Facebook, starting websites, starting groups, coming here, and coming to other places to protest for Bernie, doing marches. I mean, there was marches in Hoboken, New Jersey, close to where I live, all through the campaign. We're tired of money in politics. We're tired of things being bought. We are the people. The people are the majority, and we're the ones that make America great. It's not the rich. It's not the 1%. It's us. We're the ones that create the wealth in this country.
I still hope, against hope, that something's going to happen and Bernie's going to win. I still hold out hope. I still think I'm going to lose 30 pounds too, but I just hope. I'm going to cry if he loses. I'm crying now. It's so sad. He was so close, and it was stolen from him. The whole primary was stolen from him. So, I think that's it. They stole it. I'm sad.
brings you out to this protest and what it's about for you?
It's about cleaning up our politics, protecting our planet, getting corporate money out of everything that we decide. It's Bernie's message. It's immigration reform, it's criminal justice reform, it's everything.
Is this a protest against Hillary?
It's not against Hillary, it's against what she stands for.
Okay, and that's what she stands for?
She stands for profit.
Okay. What is the message as far as you're concerned?
Well, it's just about all the corruption that's in the Democratic Party and the election practice as a whole. And it's just saying it's not going to fix itself. We got to stand up.
Okay. Are you based in Philadelphia or are you an activist?
I'm from New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Okay. So you came down. Are you involved with either party?
I was a Democrat. Yeah.
Was a Democrat.
Yeah. I wouldn't consider myself one now.
Okay. And that's because
they don't represent us.
Okay.
They actively fought against our voice in this election, and it's shameful.
Okay. So, for example, when you say they fought against your voice.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you heard about the WikiLeaks things,
yeah.
But I mean, every instance of voter suppression, just the laughing off of all of these people making this movement and calling Bernie and all of his supporters these pie in the sky like crazy people, as if it's so much to demand equality and reasonable justice for people. It doesn't seem like a lot to ask.
We want immigration reform. Whoever is gets the nominee for president. I mean, I think we have more hope for the Democratic Party because it seems that Donald Trump is totally, he promotes the bigotry, right? Against all the minorities. He wants to build a wall, and that's why we're here, like to make our voices heard. That we are, as Mexicans, Latinos, if we stay united, we can maybe they can hear us and pass immigration reform. And everybody lives in fear, deportation. How many parents they get deported, they leave the children over here with no future, and that's why we want to make a voice heard.
Don't give us no sass. Yo, DNC, don't give us no sass. Y'all been taking orders from the donor class. Y'all been taking orders from the donor class. Y'all been ignoring the people's voice. Y'all been ignoring the people's voice. We came here to Philly to bring the noise. So we came here to Philly to bring the noise.
I'm from National Nurses United, and I'm a registered nurse, and I just want to say that the nurses every single day see the end product of what happens when we do not have democracy in our country, and the kind of fact that we do not have representation in many cases means that people are impacted negatively. This is a race issue, this is a socioeconomic inequality issue, this is an access to care issue. All of those things are handled when we have a true democracy.
We're here today at Democracy Springs supporting them because we really see the impact when people don't have one person, one vote. So we're supporting that, but many of us are elected delegates that are inside the convention. We're fighting for democracy. We're fighting for single-payer system, which is something we strongly believe in. A lot of us are Bernie Sanders supporters who we endorsed him. We're the first national union to do so, and we support the platform. The issues platform, right? Single payer, free public education, getting big money out of politics, on and on, right?
Are you optimistic that you're going to prevail with this? I mean, we've heard so much about Hillary.
Look, the reality is we know where we are politically, right? This is really much bigger than electoral politics for us. This is about the issues that we are and have been for many, many years before Bernie Sanders came along. We love Bernie Sanders. We are incredibly grateful to Senator Sanders for bringing us to the point where these issues are mainstream issues, but we are going to continue whatever the outcome of this election is. And, our our plan is to move forward with our platform and our issues, and lead a movement, right, in the United States to transform not only our political system but also our economic system, because nurses see the end result of people suffering every single day in our society, because they don't have access to health care, because they can't afford the premiums that they do have, because they are beaten up by police in their communities, because they are saddled with debt and can't have to choose between that and rent and food. We have a community that's really suffering, and we have to change that.
One person, one vote. Listen up and take note. Listen up and take note. Non-violent action. Non-violent action. Gives the people hope. Gives the people hope. Give the people hope. Give the people hope. People hope. Gotta give the people hope.
Friday night. We're not delegates, but we came anyway because the people need to be heard. What's happening in this election is wrong, and it's about time somebody stood up and said something about it.
Could you maybe give an example of what things going wrong within the election that you know about?
Well, like, as I was saying earlier, just the fact that it's come down to two candidates that nobody likes, just that on its own should have everyone really angry and really upset. And then on top of that, just what I've witnessed myself and what my friends have seen in the process of working at the ballots, at the poll places, and trying to count the votes, and trying to keep track of what's happening with all of that stuff in California has just been hair-raising. We can't verify the vote. I mean, whether you believe there's fraud present or not, we can't tell, because the vote count is such a steaming pile of chaos and weirdness and incompetence that we can't even tell. There's no exit polls. A bunch of the provisional ballots that we had in California just kind of went missing. Some of them got rewritten without the presidential stuff on them. Some of them had whiteout on them. Like this whole, it's a gigantic mess. So we're here to support Bernie, and even though Bernie's kind of behind enemy lines right now and keeps trying to tell us to endorse Hillary, this is a movement, and he's just one of us. So it's going to keep rolling no matter who gets elected.
May I ask what drew you to Bernie in the first place?
Oh, he was the first candidate that I had ever seen that actually said the things I've been wondering about my whole life. Ever since I was a kid, I looked at the politics and said, this is a mess, this is ridiculous, who would vote for any of these people? And I knew what sorts of things were going wrong. My mother's a botanist, my dad's an engineer, so I knew climate change was on its way when I was a kid. I've seen evidence of it already. It's not even a debate. Martin Luther King Jr. was only just getting warmed up when he was killed, and if you read his speech Beyond Vietnam, he's trying to warn us about the situation that we're in right now. He says that if the war in Vietnam isn't stopped, we're going to have 100 more just like it, and we're going to keep protesting and keep protesting while the poor get neglected, and everything just kind of spirals down.
Okay, I guess that kind of leads to my next question. Where do you see things going after this convention and the lead up to the election?
Well, that's a very good question. I know that since Bernie endorsed Hillary, there have been millions of people already leaving the Democratic Party. I myself have switched over to the Green Party, and if Bernie isn't an option in November, I will be voting for Jill Stein instead. Because, I mean, voting for the lesser evil kind of slows you down as you're circling the drain, but it doesn't give you any shot to get out. Okay. So it's about time people started voting for something they could actually believe in, instead of just voting out of fear.
보시다시피 전당대회장 주변에는 샌더스 지지자들이 We know Bernie won! We know Bernie won! We know Bernie won! We know Bernie won! We know Bernie won!
No public transportation and cut the polling locations by almost 2/3. Oh my God, Chicago! Did anybody watch the audit they did of the Chicago Board of Elections? They changed the ballots to match what the machine said.
They did the same thing in California.
We vote by machines that they don't use in Europe. And in other countries. They were ballots that are counted. They shredded millions of ballots in California.
2 million!
2 million ballots in California were shredded. You know what that sound is? That is a veteran banging his sign on their wall. No more wars based on lies. That's what his son said. That's what that noise is. We don't want to go to war.
I had to be here. This is an important moment, and I can't be anywhere else. They're having dinner and watching what's going on inside on TV, and I want to be there too, but I can't leave. I feel drawn to this, and I'm so anxious about what's going on inside. And I hope that people are brave and they don't just follow the party line. They vote their conscience and they do what's right for our party and our country and our world, our earth. Our earth is dying.
Climate action now! 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 Climate action now!
How do you feel about the Democratic Party right now?
I feel ambivalent. I mean, I feel mistreated as a Democrat. I feel a little bit like I've been in an abusive relationship, but I still hope they can make the right choice. And if not, I gotta leave. You know, I have too much self-respect. I can't stay.
You're not going to stay to the end?
I can't stay with the party if they nominate Hillary Clinton.
Ho, ho! HRC has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! HRC has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! HRC has got to go!
I got involved firstly because I saw town hall meetings, which you can watch on YouTube, from the Arizona primary election. They cut the polling locations, so people, like there was 100,000 students for one polling location. There were people in the most populous county that waited 5-6 hours in line in the heat. A lot of people couldn't wait that long. Okay, and then they got up there and they found out they weren't registered in the party that they've always been registered in, and they didn't get to vote. And then they were given a provisional ballot and those weren't counted? Oh my God! I can't believe this is the country I live in. I really can't. So I said I need to get up off my chair. I phone banked for the first time. I donated money. I went to New York. I canvassed. It was scary. I cried, knocking on people's doors and asking them to listen to me. Some people weren't very nice, but some people were really nice, and that made it worth it. And that made me keep doing this. You every horrible thing that happened just strengthened my resolve. It made me see how messed up our elections are. How can we fix anything if we can't even elect a good candidate? How can we fix anything if we can't elect someone like Bernie Sanders?
So you can't benefit from your wrongdoing.
Right.
So the argument that we support Hillary now, we should support her out of unity because Trump is so much worse or terrible. That's a bogus argument because Hillary shouldn't profit from her wrong, or at least the party's wrongdoing. I don't know how.
Actually, I'm anybody but Clinton. I think Clinton is a dangerous war criminal and should not be a person in power ever again. I would never vote for Trump, but I think I might prefer him before her. I really do. I think she would do more damage on a global scale.
We know Bernie won! We know Bernie won! We know Bernie won! We know! This is what democracy looks like!
The really special thing about Bernie Sanders was all the different kinds of people brought together under his umbrella. Like, I know Republicans that would support him if he were the nominee. A lot of independents. I mean, come on, he's an independent that's half our electorate, literally. All the Democrats. I mean, you don't talk to a single Democrat that says, no, I wouldn't vote for Bernie if he was the nominee. You get a lot of libertarians, you get all the Greens. I mean, if they just nominate Bernie, he wins in a landslide. He has the most energetic volunteer base you've ever seen, way more than Obama.
They're being just like Trump building a wall from us. What are they afraid of? They're afraid of us. Just like Donald Trump is afraid of immigrants. That's right. We're the DNC's immigrants.
I'm here because our delegates are in there. Those are the people making the decision, and I want to be close to them. I want them to know how badly I want them to fight until it's over. And I want a different outcome than they're telling us we can have.
Is that a possibility?
Yes, it absolutely is.
Goodbye, DNC!